guys' thoughts on analytics in the playoffs right now? Do you think it's ruining playoff baseball?
Jason, I'll let you take the first take on this one.
Uh, so I obviously for the Dodgers, I think it is because I think they're overplaying themselves, especially their pitching staff. They're using their starters as bullpen guys. I obviously they had to do it with Scherzer,
Right.
but with Urias and I feel like the game two, they did too many moves too quick, and as you were live tweeting it, they weren't letting people even try. Um, like Trident, they wouldn't let him pitch against anybody.
Right.
So I feel like in this series we're seeing the worst of it. Now the Dodgers come out back and win, then we may see. Now we'll just have to say, well, look at what analytics did do.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm all, you know me, I'm old school. I want to see a guy go out there and work it at 6 7 innings, and then you'd let your cleanup guys come in unless he's in danger, and then you play the bullpen game.
hmm Yeah. Me personally, I think that I believe that it hasn't really killed the game in general, but like it's removed elements of playoff baseball that made us kind of like fall in love with the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like especially like hits up the middle, dude. Like those used to get rallies started. You know,
Right.
people love those things, dude. Like they'll keep rallies going. Maybe they'll cap off a rally, but like that's how you get people on the bases and get them moving. Um, and then this is my big thing too, like the damn spray charts and like the shifting to one side of the field. Like
Right.
there was a play in the Dodgers and Giants series, and it was like Chris Bryant was up, and like they're in desperate need of anything. Like they just needed anything, right? And he freaking rips it down the left field line, and then Turner's like, like there's no, it was like anticlimactic, you know, like
Right.
there's no dive, like it wasn't a web gem, it was just like
Got it.
like
Thanks, man.
and if you think about it, like I think about it like this, dude. You have like two world class athletes, right? A
Right.
pitcher and a hitter, and they're playing these mind games and they're playing this chess match, and you have all these human elements, right? And then boom, the result is based off of a computer generated like spray chart that told him to be at that in that position at that time. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Like you have like it's all human until the result, and that's what I don't like about analytics right now in baseball, playoff baseball.
See, I've like kind of battled with this back and forth because yes, I do agree. Like if you think about it, think about a super iconic World Series moment is Game 7, 2001, Yankees Diamondbacks, Luis Gonzalez versus Mariano Rivera, right? We all know how that ended. Luis Gonzalez hits a little blooper up the middle. In today's game, that's caught.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
caught and
dude.
game's over. Like, all right, cool, thanks, man. Like, we knew you were gonna do that, right? So,
Yeah,
I look at those moments and it's like, yes, you kind of still want that, but also the human element that makes me mad is these guys get paid millions of dollars, right? Millions of dollars, and someone like you said, like a Chris Bryant, I remember that play. 3/4 of the infield is shifted to the left.
hmm
Growing up watching baseball, the whole approach thing was okay. Once you get to a two strike approach is hit the ball the other way.
yeah,
Nobody does that anymore. It's like it's very rare when you see it, and then I get mad because I'm like, even I believe Mookie Betts to start. It was game one against the Giants with Logan Webb. That was not a base hit, but it was because the shift had them all swung over to the left. He got a
yeah,
little ground ball that was to the right side of second base. There was no one there, and it was a base hit. I look at that and I'm like, kudos to Mookie for being able to hit the ball that way. So
yeah,
many other players, like I get mad. I've live tweeted when anytime that Cody's been struggling, I'm like, bunt to the left. There is no one
yeah.
there. There's literally no one there. Just do it. And I feel like I don't know if it's like a refusal to do it or if they just feel like, hey, this is my game. I know what I can do and everything. But that's where I get annoyed by it because if you want to stop people from using analytics, you have to beat the computer. And if you don't try to actually beat it and you keep doing what they think you're gonna do, then of course they're gonna keep using it. And that's like
Right.
because to me that was I feel like analytics have always been a part of baseball. Like a scouting report for a pitcher is analytics. It lets you
Yeah.
know this is his hot zone, cold zone, or whatever. So obviously, if he likes pitches on the inside corner, they're on the outside corner, right? And
Yeah.
then of course over time certain hitters adjust. I feel like these guys don't adjust anymore. They just keep doing the same things over and over and over again and then getting the same result and then they get mad at the result.
Okay, so how about this? You kind of opened my mind a little bit. I would say maybe my biggest issue is not analytics. It would be more the shift. Now, let
Okay.
me ask Jason. I'll start with Jason, and we'll circle back to you. Like, uh, would you consider, or would you think that it would be a good idea to eliminate the shift?
If I was a manager on a team, I would never even bring the shift up. I think it's bad for baseball because you now have little leagues that are trying to emulate this, and now you're going to
Right.
have kids that don't know anything but the shift.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have someone who's old school who's going to teach their kid, like Dwayne when he has a son, is going to teach his kid, like, oh, dude, just hit it to the right, hit to the left,
Hmm.
where they ain't. And it's going to
Yeah.
be so easily combated, and you're just going to have it's baseball's going to be super boring. That's why I'm just looking at how it's going to be for the future. Like,
Yeah.
if I get it, it's a strategy and it works sometimes, but to me, I don't, that risk isn't worth the reward, or the reward isn't worth that risk.
Yeah. Definitely. What about you, Dwayne?
For me, I would say you can eliminate it, but they should probably put like a make it like the NFL when it comes to timeouts. You know, make it like you have a set amount of times you can shift, and then as soon as you like, use up those shifts, that's it. Because, oh, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, no, go for it. I'm just
I was,
gonna get real mad at you right now, but no, no,
I know, but because I feel like it's the same thing that they did with mound visits, right? People don't realize that mound visit, whole like the whole number thing and how many visits you can do. That all got started because of Yadier Molina. Yadier Molina was notorious for, especially in the playoffs, every time a rally was coming, he would get up, he would walk out to the mound. Games would take 8 hours, but he was a genius at it because he would break the tension. He would slow everything down, and the Cardinals would get out a lot of moments. Baseball realized, hey, we got to stop letting him do that because it's slowing down the game. They made the rule they have now. Same thing with the shift. I feel like when it comes to the shift, if you want to really like, if it's that big of an issue, then they should have like like a shift number. You can shift this
yeah,
many times in a game, and then once you get to like, it makes more of a strategy situation because now you're like, okay, this certain hitter, if you have a Kyle Schwarber up who usually pulls the ball,
yeah,
it's like, all right, I'm gonna use it for him in a crucial situation. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like the idea of shifting on everybody because there's a whole bunch of balls that are ripped on a like on a game to game basis that are base hits
yeah.
that are just like you said, they're just easily caught.
Yeah, definitely. What about maybe if like you can shift all you want, but there has to be two infielders on each side of the second base, and nobody could play right on second base.
That would work too.
I
Yeah.
think that would be cool.
I think that would be to compromise because you can have that second baseman almost all the way to the bag, and then
Right.
but you still have, but it's that risk. I just hate when it's like, hey, your second baseman's now at shortstop, your shortstop's in left field, and your
Yeah,
third base is in the third row eating a hot dog. It's
yeah,
Right.
heck
just,
yeah,
yeah, I just hate that.
So you guys would be cool with basically removing the rover. That's what they call it, the rover. Whoever is always the one.
Yeah.
Because like for San Diego, it's Manny Machado, which I saw this year, what I thought was crazy. Manny Machado playing in the shift caught a Max Muncy line drive almost to the wall in right field, which was
Yeah.
like
yeah. That's
how,
crazy.
like how did that make any
Yeah,
sense?
I don't like that, bro. They got to stay inside, bro.
Right,
Like,
like
like you're not
don't
an outfielder.
like why are you all the way right here, and I was just like, okay, this is like the straight abusing the shift, like because you know what this dude's gonna do. But like I said, I would hope more players that are coming up, they just start to just go the other way.